Who wants to go to the Four Seasons Orlando? Me.
Then what were you doing?
Who wants to drop out of school? Me.
Then what were you doing?
That was a cold opening.
I was just hanging out at the
Anna,
food
that was a
court.
cold opening.
Oh.
Stop quoting bodies, bodies, bodies. Hey guys, welcome back.
Was that actually a cold opening?
Are you okay with that?
I don't know what was going on. I feel like that was the most chaotic one yet. But sure. I mean, what's telepathy without a cold opening? Honestly?
Right. We're going to talk about what you were quoting in the movie and TV shout out. So it's like it's a full circle.
Okay, true.
Episode 61 of Telepathy. We are here. That was a rough start, but we're going along with it, question mark.
Yeah. I think the sporadic cold opening is healthy for a telepathy podcast because
it's healthy. It really just gets us naturally in touch with our listeners or viewers, because this is also a video episode.
Yay.
That was telepathy. I just had no idea you were going to say that. Like, it's almost like I did a countdown.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can not see us right now, I recommend, if you have the app Spotify.
I don't. I'm just kidding. Actually, I do, because I edited the video episode, so I need you to appreciate it.
If you have the app Spotify, scroll up to turn this into a video episode.
So
if you
true.
do not have the app Spotify,
go to the app.
Stop what you're doing immediately and go to the app called YouTube
or website.
YouTube
is also a website.
Yeah,
yes.
I thought you meant the telepathy website. I was like, are we announcing our
website? We can't announce that yet. Also, us hasn't purchased the domain or designed anything.
Really?
We could. But also our budget, the money we've spent on our podcast versus what we've made is the money we've made on the podcast is, what am I saying?
We have not made money.
We are so deep into the negatives with how much we spent versus how much we've made.
Exactly. It's an investment for future purposes.
Right.
For when we're famous.
Anyway, so today we are doing our recent obsessions. We're going to do a more heartfelt and just thought-provoking episode soon. But as you can tell by this intro so far, we don't have the brain cells for that. So
yeah,
you get what you get and you don't catch a fit.
Hey, our last 2 episodes were pretty thought-provoking.
That's true. Your mom told me that I sounded emotionally intelligent. So.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, we just.
Thank you.
We, as you guys know, if you've been listening for a while, we jump between, deeper episodes and more fun episodes. And it honestly does depend on our mood that day when we're recording. We don't have it planned out where we're going to do a deep episode. We're going to do a very brain rot episode. But today we're feeling brain rot.
But guess what? So for my independent film studies class, we have to choose a project to do. And guess what I might do mine on?
Podcasting.
Short form content.
Ooh.
So stay tuned for that. But it's always a running joke how we cannot shut up about short form content.
Yeah. Didn't we say once that we should make merch that says something like...
Yeah, cross out short form content.
Yeah.
But also we're going to start promoting on TikTok. So go follow us there at the Telepathy Pod.
I'm going to put this out into the space and let it just sit in the space.
Let it sit in the space. We're also going to explain the context of that.
Yeah, so. I'm going to let this sit in the space so that it actually happens. But I'm going to make a content plan of how to actually promote our podcast, because a lot of our listeners are people that maybe came from Enzo's YouTube channel or my YouTube channel, but now we need to get out into the world.
Into the world, into el mundo.
Deserves to know us. But honestly, though, sometimes I'm pleasantly surprised, because I'll get a DM from one of you guys every once in a while, and I'm like, wait, this is a random person I don't know, and they have listened to the podcast and have felt the need to reach out. And
we appreciate you so much. You are literally among the elite.
If you have DM'd us, I am talking about you, and I can picture you in my mind.
Because we work really hard on the podcast, and we record every single week, and I edit it and all of that, and Anna does all of the graphics and things. And
all of the graphics.
Yes. No, the Instagram,
I'm joking, because I feel like you do so much, and then I just
That is not true, guys. Anna does all of our graphics and rebranding stuff and logos and all that. That is all Anna. So.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just get started with our icebreakers.
True. Actually, all of this long intro was just me stalling because it's my turn to come up with the can question, but I have one.
Okay.
So I'm between another one, but I feel like we've done it before. I'll save it for next time.
Okay.
Your name, your age, and what's your favorite smell?
Ooh, okay.
Just to smell, not to smell but to smell.
Yeah. Okay. My name's Anna. I'm 21. Actually, my birthday's in a month now, so it won't be that for long. My birthday always sneaks up, because it is now September and my birthday's in October. But
We'll wake you up when September ends.
Yes.
Hashtag Green Day.
Wake you up on Anna's birthday, because that is in fact when September ends. My favorite smell, not just because it's fall, but I genuinely do think this is my favorite smell, is like any sort of fall candle. Specifically, like, okay, I had this one from Bath and Body Works that I think some YouTuber like Kiera Furtado had, and I like
You were
got it.
influenced?
Yes, I was influenced. And it was called Leaves or something like that.
Wow.
But then there was also I think that was discontinued. And then I got this one called White Pumpkin from Bath and Body Works as a gift. And then that got discontinued. So basically just like discontinued fall Bath and Body Works scents.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Hi, I'm Enzo. I'm 17, and I think my favorite smell at the moment, like just right now, brownies in the oven will always do it for me. I don't know.
True.
In terms of like lotions and perfumes and stuff, I kind of just jump all over the place. Honestly, because I steal a lot from Killian's bathroom. It's just a lot of OG Bath and Body Works scents.
Yes.
So I think we're kind of on the same page with that.
Yeah. Wait, what's the perfume? I was trying to make a reference, but I couldn't remember the name. What's the perfume in Miss Parrish?
Oh, incomparable.
Yes, my favorite smell is Incomparable.
Oh, I cannot wait to
perfume.
yap about that, you guys.
Guys, we have so much to talk about.
Yes, but first, music shout outs. So, one thing that I've been doing recently, which honestly, this is kind of one of my favorite things recently, is at the start of a new month, of course, I make a monthly playlist in Spotify, but I've been looking back at the previous September playlist or like the previous month playlist, you know? So I did a little dive into my September playlist from the past years. And in my September 2022 playlist, I stumbled upon Chainsaw the Door by The Garden. And honestly, I love The Garden. And every time fall rolls around, I suddenly reminded of how much I love their music, even though I stand them year round. But, you know, I added that to my playlist. And that is my music shout out for this week because it reminds me of fall 2022, even though that was actually a really terrible time and I was sick for like 2 months.
Oh, wait, was that when you had laryngitis?
Laryngitis.
That was already 2 years ago?
Yes.
Wait, that's crazy.
No, I know. That was like Seussical audition.
Oh, wait, wow. That was 2 years ago.
I know.
That's crazy. Okay, my music shout out. A bunch of new albums have come out in the past few weeks. One of them is the new album by Magdalena Bay. I'd never really listened to them, but I was watching a few of like Anthony Fantano's music reviews. And everyone in the comments.
Is he bald?
Yeah.
I do know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. And he did one for like Fontaine's DC and like Sabrina Carpenter. And then in the comments for both of those, everyone was like, please review Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay. Like all the comments.
I listened
were
to
that.
a song from it. It came up. I don't know which one, but I liked it.
And I was like, this album must be really good because everyone is requesting him to review it. So before he reviewed it, I listened to it and it was really good. It's the song, my favorite song is called Vampire in the Corner. And yeah, it's just like very unique and I really like her voice. And also like all the songs are super catchy in this album. Like it's a very catchy album, like getting stuck in your head type.
Yes. And
songs
all the songs we shout out
are in the Telepathy playlist, which you can find by going to our Instagram at the Telepathy Pod. We have a little highlights section titled Made by
you. You
Me?
made the graphics and all that for that.
Okay. We have a little highlight that says Telepathy playlist or something along those lines. If you click on it, you can find a link to our Spotify playlist. And yes, I'm sorry, it's only on Spotify, but that's just a subliminal message. What? I cannot talk. That's just a subliminal message telling you guys that Spotify is superior. Therefore, you must.
We would put it on Apple Music if we had it, but we don't. So we can't do that.
So I'm sorry, guys. But you can always just like go to the playlist and look at it and add the songs.
Right.
Or just listen back to all of our podcast episodes.
Or your telepathy notepad, which we've talked about. If you just, every week you write it down.
Yes, the telepathy notepad.
We've had a lot of people reach out to us saying that they've been doing that.
Yes.
A lot
we
of people.
really need to release merch.
I know. The demand is so crazy, but we'll get back to you guys on that one.
Yes.
But I guess for a quick week recap before we begin, because we did our senior year and just new beginnings episode, which came out last Tuesday. I'm just going to plug that if you want to watch that after this, even though I'm sure you have other things to do, but you can put it on in the background. But
Yes.
senior year has started and she really just got me good. The first week I was like, yes, I'm staying on top of things. For this is the second week, and I went in today, and then my teachers were like, "Die, bitch, and give you a bunch of homework."
Oh
So
no.
I'm like, hopefully this is just the post Labor Day overload, but I
Yeah.
fear, I fear. Common sense, like
Yeah.
fear, you know.
I start school a week from yesterday, I guess. Actually, when this episode comes out, I would have started
Your
yesterday,
first
which is
day,
really sad. Well,
el
okay, okay.
primero día.
I'm like kind of excited to go back. Like, I actually am the most excited to go back as I have ever been, just because I feel like I haven't really done school in like over 6 months because of my study abroad and all that. But yeah, I've started to get some of my pre-quarter assignments,
No,
which
thank you.
actually last quarter of school, I guess it was for study abroad. Maybe I was feeling extra on top of it because it was study abroad, but I actually did all of my pre-quarter assignments like before I even got to the
Okay.
location of where school was, which normally I wait till like the weekend of like I'm already in Savannah and I'm like, okay, I have to do my pre-quarter assignments. So I'm gonna try to just get all my pre-quarter assignments done before I leave for Savannah, so that then over the weekend I just don't even have to think about it. And that just like makes me feel more on top of things because I'm like, it's good to just start off like on top of things.
Right.
So I'm gonna try to do that. Hopefully my professors actually like give me all of them before Friday because I've only gotten one. So y'all better hurry up because I'm trying to be on top of things.
Exactly.
Also, we went to the beach together over Labor Day, which was really fun.
Oh yeah.
We had a nice little relaxing beach trip.
Honestly, it was so relaxing. Like the perfect length. It was just very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So, should we get into a month?
We
Or
absolutely should.
it's not really our month favorites, it's kind of just like our recent favorites.
Yes.
Because if it was our month favorites, I feel like we'd be uploading this at the end of August. And
Right.
it's like, it will have been like a week into September, so that just like doesn't really make much
How is
sense.
August already over? Like I
I
don't know.
know. September came so fast. I love September though, because I just start getting so excited for fall. I'm literally so
Yes.
excited. Okay,
Okay. Do you want to begin?
sure. Should we just like,
I see the first one on your list, and I think we should start with
yeah,
it.
okay. Should we just, yeah, let's just start with like a bang. So we have been obsessed with the movie
Theater
Theater
camp.
Camp. Yeah, it came out about a year ago, and I saw it around when it came out with my mom and then my friend. And like first time I watched it, like I immediately loved it. Like I rated it 5 stars right off the bat. I was like entertained every second. And I've been trying to convince Enzo to watch it for like months now because I'm
Right.
like, this is like a movie that was made for you. Like
And it
you,
absolutely
yes.
was.
So a week ago, I came here and I was like, we are watching Theater Camp.
And theater camp we watched.
Yes.
And theater camp I enjoyed. I gave it a 5 star right off the bat. And like, where has this film been my entire life?
Yeah.
Because it's theater related. So, it's also biblically accurate. Like the theater references are insanely accurate.
Yeah.
Like that got better. That
That
got
got
better.
better. Like, if you want to be triggered, go to Letterboxd and put in like lowest reviewed, and then read
Yes.
the half-star reviews of Theater Camp because I was like fuming.
Also, it has jump cuts in it. And if you've seen my YouTube videos, like if you've seen at least 15 seconds of one of my YouTube videos, you know I love a jump cut.
Yeah, and it's hard to do jump cuts right,
Oh, for
but
sure.
they do it to where you can tell that they're jump cutting, and it's like, wait, this is perfect.
It's like you did
Yeah.
what you had to do.
Also, my most recent video that will have come out like this Friday, but the past Friday when this comes out, I was slightly inspired by the editing style of Theater Camp just because, like, it's just so perfect. They use like, I honestly love movies that have like breaks with text in it, but Theater Camp just does it in an even better way that I just, like, the first blob of text I saw on the screen on this movie
Documentary
theater,
style.
I
So
was like,
good.
this is perfect. What are some of our favorite parts from Theater Camp?
So of course there's Rebecca Diane, our pride and joy.
Should we do like a little
We
synopsis of
probably
Theater
should.
Camp?
We probably should.
Like not like any spoilers, but just like so that people know what we're at least
Right.
talking about. And if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it within, like, before our next episode comes out. This is your homework.
That's your homework.
Yeah.
Write it down in your agenda.
Yeah, and write it down in your telepathy notebook.
Right. The telepathy notebook, it becomes more and more essential every week.
Yeah.
It's like your back to school supply list.
Yeah,
You
the
just need a
telepathy
notebook and some headphones, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so theater camp is about, like, okay. So basically, okay, the synopsis. Let me just read the Letterboxd synopsis because I'm gonna make it. I would like draw it out and then I would probably reveal something and
Not to spoil it, but it is about a theater camp.
Also, it's so easily accessible on my Letterboxd because I added it to my top 4.
It's also, I watched it twice in the past week, so it's in my recent films, so you can find it there as
True.
well.
Okay, here's the Letterboxd review. You only fit in by acting out. After the indomitable, I have not heard
Correct.
that word before, but it sounds like a word, but I haven't heard it before. After the beloved founder of a scrappy theater camp in upstate New York falls into a coma, the eccentric staff must band together with her clueless crypto bro son to keep the thespian paradise afloat. Sorry guys, I can't read today.
So her son is trying to run this camp, and he's literally an influencer.
He's literally
And he's
a
a
crypto
vlogger.
bro.
He's one of those marketing people, basically. And so he knows nothing about theater, does not care about theater. And
He's
so,
like the most like straight man you
correct.
could picture, yeah.
A gay musical.
Yeah.
Or a gay play is a
Gay
musical. And so the counselors, and particularly the technical director, Glenn, they all have to guide him basically to do the right things. And he starts doing some shady things, but he doesn't know. Like, he has no bad intentions.
Yeah, yeah. But things just get out of hand. And then
The campers are iconic.
it spans through the camp. I think it's like a month-long camp program. So it spans through the whole program from like when the kids get to the camp to like the final performance day. And there's some songs at the end. It's not a musical, but like there's songs when they're doing songs, you know.
It checks all the boxes for me. It has jump cuts. It's 90 minutes. It has musical numbers
Yes.
and accurate theater jokes.
And it's camp.
And it's camp. And it's literally camp.
And it's literally
camp.
theater camp. It's,
What more can I say?
yeah, but tell them about your favorite line.
Okay, so our beloved Rebecca Diane, she's a spiritual girly. She tries to like summon,
Things.
our queen in the coma, just like stuff like that, And just the way some of the stuff that she says is funny. So her and Amos, Ben Platt, are in an argument, and he says something, and she goes, "Let that statement just sit in the space." And it's like, she ate him up so bad. And now I want to say that after everything, like, let that statement just sit in the space.
It's so good. Like, how do you come back from somebody telling you to let that statement just sit in the space, you know?
Also, no context on this one, but Caroline, when she's like, "Shh, are we playing a little game?"
Playing a game. Yeah. But yeah,
You have to
yeah.
say yours.
It's just so good. Oh, mine.
It's just-
Okay, mine. Oh, yes. Okay. So there's one point where a camper gets in trouble, and Amos says this to them. He's talking, and then he goes, "It's a slippery slope," and just like the way he like enunciates it is just so perfect. And then there's also, I'm not gonna like say the whole thing because I just would butcher it, but there is a slam poetry version of Peter Piper, picked a peck of pickled peppers, and just for that you need to watch it. So yeah, we could like go on and on about this movie, but it's so good.
That got better. That got better. It's so, you guys have to watch it because
Yeah.
I know you've been sitting here for the past 10 minutes as we've yapped about it, and you're
Yeah.
like, what are you talking
There's even
about?
like kind of a plot twist at the end, not like a, yeah, there is a plot twist. Let's just put it
Plot twist leads into my next one so well.
Yes,
Unless
I was
if you were
just-
done with that.
No, I was just thinking that. Like,
We should
as
start a
I was
podcast
saying
called
it, I was like,
Telepathy.
segue. Yeah, we should.
Oh my
Why
God.
didn't we name our podcast Telepathy?
What would our podcast be called if it wasn't
I was
telepathy?
just about to
Oh my
ask
God.
that. Telepathy. What would have it been? What would it have been called?
I don't know, but guys, telepathy has been such an inside joke for so long, and I love that we've
And
capitalized
it just
off
works
of it.
perfectly. Capitalized as if we're making money off
No,
of it.
literally, we're in the negative, so demonetized off of it.
Yes. Okay, well, do you want to start talking about our second one? These two are kind of like our shared favorite things.
Correct. So about 2 months ago at the start of summer, I went to the used bookstore and for $3.99, I purchased my new favorite book.
What if you like hadn't
Literally, what
found
if somebody
it?
hadn't donated it? The Butterfly Effect. Go listen to that
Yes.
episode. We're
It
terrible.
always comes back to that.
Yes. Okay, so it's called The Last Mrs. Parrish by Liv Constantine, and that's actually a pen name for two siblings, I believe,
Yeah.
Valerie and Lynn Constantine, and they wrote this book together. And it's also a part of Reese Witherspoon's book club, if that gives any information to you. But it's
Which
basically
Reese Witherspoon's book club books are like always the best. They're always the best. They're always like kind of thriller, but like drama thriller, not like scary thriller, but drama thriller type books that are always, they always have a good plot twist. And I always end up liking them.
it's literally the Millennial Country Club Parasite. And it's
Yes.
so good. It's so good. And so I made Carolina read it. I was kind of scared that she wasn't going to like it because I was like, don't ruin this for me. Like, you're going to
Yeah.
literally.
Like how Carolina didn't like theater camp.
We don't talk about it. We don't. We don't talk about it. But she liked The Last Mrs. Parrish. And then I said, Anna, you have to read this. And you read it.
Yeah.
And
I read it just now over the weekend, like at the beach. And I'm usually a pretty slow reader, but if a book is good, I'll finish it in like 2 to 3 days.
same.
And in 2 to 3 days, I did. I finished it last night, and it was so good. It, for some reason, I was expecting another plot twist at the end
Oh.
because I think I got confused by like when the plot twist would happen, but it happened in the middle. But yeah, it's basically like it's about this lady girl, lady
Queen.
girl. Well, wait, which one are we talking
Wait,
about?
because one is not a queen.
Well,
she feels like a background character in society, and so she moves to this town and basically does a bunch of research on this woman and tries to get into her life and become best friends with her, but not because she wants to be friends with her, but because her husband. And let me just say, I
yes.
think the craziest part throughout this whole book, and this is not a spoiler, but at the end of the day, she didn't just want the husband's money, which is like what you would expect, but she genuinely wanted that man. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And there's a huge plot twist, but it's just the type of book where it's written so perfectly where you just want to like keep reading it. And it's a good, like, it's the perfect chapter length, like 5 page chapters. I love a good
It doesn't drag
5 page
out.
chapter
It's
book. Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, it's like perfectly paced. And last night when I finished it, I went to go log it on Goodreads, and it said like The Last Mrs. Parrish, and then in parentheses, Mrs. Parrish #1. And I was like, wait, does this mean that there's a sequel? And so I looked, and a sequel, okay, so the first one literally came out in like 2017. The sequel just came out like 2 months ago.
I had no idea. And that was probably around when I bought it. So the universe was
It's kind of like how
aligning.
I always start listening to bands right when they release a new
Maybe.
album for the first time in like 10 years.
But I didn't know this somehow because I hadn't done any like research or went on the internet to see people's reviews on the book. I kind of just read it and
Yeah.
was like, I'm obsessed
I'm
with
kind of
this.
surprised you didn't like search to see if there was a sequel because
I just
because
assumed there
you,
wasn't. It doesn't seem
yeah,
like one that would have a sequel, but I read the description for
yeah.
it.
I'm kind of like worried about a sequel. Like,
Did you read the description for it?
yeah, did you?
It seems called for. You know what I mean? Like sometimes there's sequels where you're saying, this is uncalled for, but it seemed
It
as if it would make
seems, yeah, it
sense.
seems like it will actually continue the story. I'm like a little worried though, just because like it's the same thing with like adding a sequel to movies that are perfect.
Yeah.
Like if say if La La Land got a sequel, I would like kill myself.
I would honestly be here for it just because there is a time jump at the ending. So I'm kind of
I
curious of
true,
what
but like it
happens.
just wouldn't be as good.
It might.
Like classics, I feel like should just stay. Like I feel like a good thing about stories that like end kind of bad but good. It's like it leaves you with something to think about for the rest of your life.
Right. But also it's been 7 years since the first book came out. So they've had time. But also the fact that it's been 7 years and now there's just been a sequel, they're thinking about this book. We're
True.
revisiting it. So
I
a movie
also
adaptation.
I also think oh yeah.
And Reese Witherspoon would play such a good Daphne.
Yeah.
So it would be so full circle too. If they're not thinking of a film adaptation, then give me 4 years to get my film degree and then I will be making this book into
True.
a movie. So
True. Also, I think the fact that it's two people writing the book as a pen name actually made it even better because I feel like it's the type of thing where like Colleen Hoover could have written that book and she could have like butchered it. And so it's the fact that you're writing it with two people, you kind of have like the back and forth where one person can be like, wait, that's a stupid line. So I
Yeah.
feel like the writing is actually like pretty good.
I
Like,
thought it was going to take the It Ends With Us turn, but then I realized it's so much deeper than that. And it actually all ties together. And I was so relieved because
yeah.
first I was like, no, Colleen Hoover, what have you done? But
Yeah.
she didn't write this book. What
Yeah.
have you done, Colleen Hoover? Save us. No, not save us.
No.
Be rid like, stay away.
Yeah. Um, okay, should we like
We should probably speed it up because
yeah.
we spent like 20
I don't have
minutes.
like that many things to talk
I don't
about, but that
either.
one we both had like things to say about it, so that's why I was asking about it.
Exactly.
Okay, my next thing is okay, the genre of music, Midwest emo. Okay, do you like do you like know what Midwest emo
Midwest
is?
emo. Do you have a song example that I would know, maybe?
I just want you to like say what you think it is.
Okay.
Because I didn't know really what it was.
So I'm thinking kind of, I don't know why, not like Old Town Road, but that's similar using sort of string instruments like guitar, but involving trap or more rock influence.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I think of when I hear that.
Okay.
But
So,
not Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. But do you know what I mean? Like,
y-
do you know why I was using that as a reference image for 2 seconds?
sort of.
Like, no, but like,
Okay, I get it. Okay. I don't
okay.
know why
Yeah.
that came out like that.
Guys.
But I, okay, so basically Midwest emo is like, okay, a song example. Okay. Do you know the band like American Football?
Definitely seen it before.
Okay. It's okay, so it's kind of like picture music that would symbolize or that would sound like the summer ending, like
Yeah.
summer turning into fall.
How would you compare
Where
it to like We Are the People by Empire of the Sun?
not like that, because that's more like pop, or not pop, but
Okay.
indie. But it's kind of like the solemn, it sounds kind of solemn and nostalgic.
What is the tempo that we're talking about
It's kind of
here?
like middle of the road tempo, slightly slower though. Like
Okay.
slower than, maybe slightly slower than middle of the road. And the reason I didn't know what it was up until now is because I was like, well, there's emo music, and I've never really been like an emo music fan necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I was like, I don't think I would like Midwest emo, like whatever that is. I
I'm
thought it was
so
kind of just
intrigued.
like, I don't really know what it was. The whole point is that I had no idea what it was, but I love this band called American Football. And their music, I don't listen to them a lot, but their music is the type of music I'll start listening to like around this time of the year where it's kind of like nostalgic and like almost fall. And then I was like, man, what is this genre? Like, I want more of this. And then I realized that they're like the pioneer band of like Midwest
Okay.
emo. So I was like, okay. So then I just let it go on autoplay after this album. And like, look at the album cover. Like, that's what their music sounds like.
Okay. Yeah. How would you compare it to The Garden? Would you say that just a little less produced, possibly?
Okay, let me just read a definition of Midwest emo because that actually kind of helped answer it.
Okay.
Um,
I'm so intrigued though. Like I will be going on a Midwest
yeah.
emo listening spree. And I'm sure I'll know exactly what you're talking about, but
Yeah. Okay, so Midwest emo refers to the emo scene and or subgenre that developed in the 1990s Midwestern United States, employing unconventional vocal stylings, distinct guitar riffs, and arpeggiated melodies.
okay, the guitar
So
riffs
it's kind of
I'm
like
hearing it
one
in my
of
head.
the um American football songs like "Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na." It's kind of like a lot of like scales that go
Yeah,
up and
yeah.
down.
Hmm.
Okay, and then Midwest emo bands shifted away from the genre's hardcore punkers and drew on indie rock and math rock approaches, which math rock is kind of like the very arpeggiated, like
Rhythmic.
you can like kind of just like in your head, it's like really like detailed, I guess.
Yes.
Um, so it's kind of indie,
No, I see it.
and it's really only emo because I feel like maybe they sometimes are kind of like that singing style where it's kind of like emo, but not
Gritty.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
gritty, but
yeah.
not loud. So once I finally figured that out, I made this playlist on my Spotify called I'm just now discovering the true meaning of Midwest. Sorry. I'm just now discovering the true meaning of Midwest emo, and I like it a lot. And it's just like I've
Yes.
just been throwing
No,
in
I will
like
listen to the playlist. Also, I like with the Old Town Road connection. I promise, like that was not.
apologize.
I kind of meant the guitar and that, but less, not the
Yeah.
trap. But I can't explain why my brain kind of went there. But
I feel like they could make a Midwest emo cover of Old Town Road.
right, I can't explain. Don't ask me to
Yeah.
elaborate. Thank
So
you.
another band, so like American Football is just like a really good album, especially their first one. And it's just like so like end of summer. They even have a song called The Summer Ends. And then there's a band or a person called Fuan,
Okay.
which is really good. And then like um Duster. Yeah, I've
Right, I
just
see the
been
vision.
yeah, I've just been getting into it. So it's just the perfect genre for this time of the year.
I love that, and I will absolutely be listening.
Yes.
So my next one, I guess I'll make this pretty short, no pun intended, but shorter nails recently, which I know is kind of unheard of for me because we know I love some long
The funny
nails.
thing is that those are like
You
still pretty long.
really? Okay,
Like
if you see the video episode, you can tell me what you think. I think
like
these are short.
well like I wore that length a week ago. Oh, no.
Keep going.
I wore that length like a week ago and I couldn't do anything in them.
See, they're definitely more practical and I can actually live life.
Do you want to just pause and get it fixed?
I'm back. Sorry, my mic was like, bye. Fantastic. We are back.
Yay.
So, shorter nails. Basically, I did these myself. You can see in the video episode. If you're listening to the audio, I promise you will live without seeing them. But they're also not square. I usually do long, square nails. But these are technically medium, but they're oval, almond shape, I believe, or round. I think round is actually the correct term. But I've been able to do much more stuff with them. And I still will love long nails at heart. But it's just the point where I'm at school, I'm typing, I'm writing, I'm doing things, I'm working, I'm editing. I cannot be having claws, you know?
Yeah.
I need I need something more practical and I do really like these. So that's been
Yeah.
a recent obsession and I'm not gonna drag that out. So
My
next.
version my version of short nails is just like my actual nails, which I always bite, so they're always short.
Hmm.
And I have like a pack of press-on nails. I've just recently been like getting into press-on nails because I hate
Pink Friday
acrylics.
nails, shout out, you should buy them.
Yeah. I like having nice like, nails, but I don't like acrylics because they genuinely hurt to take off. So press-on nails are the solution I've just recently found out. And I almost did more press-on nails today because I have extras, but I was just thinking about like having to do everything over the next 3 days
Yeah.
that I need to do in them, and I was like, I can't do this. So I just painted them normally, but I will be doing them for the first day of school, I think.
Yes. Okay, what is your next
My next
obsession?
thing, oh, speaking of nails, I wrote this down, is brown nail polish,
Okay.
which I just did, and you can see in the video episode, but I promise you won't die if you don't see it.
So true.
But it's just like a dark brown. I went on Pinterest though. The reason I got brown nail polish was because I went on Pinterest and I saw it a lot, and I was like, wait, I want to do that because it's like fall, hashtag fall.
Hashtag fall, hashtag
Just like
Lana,
hashtag drinking a pumpkin spice latte with my hashtag brown nails.
hashtag PSL.
Yes, but I saw this really pretty one on Pinterest that was like, it was acrylics, but it was really see-through brown, like
Yeah,
genuinely
yeah.
like brown
Translucent.
plastic. Like I think the whole piece of plastic on your nails is brown, like not just painted on top. It's like literally like you're wearing brown glass or something like that. So I tried to do that by just painting like one layer on long nails and it didn't really work out, but at least they were like brown nails.
Some
Oh,
nail
also my
ASMR for
toenails are
you.
brown.
My toenails are still brat green because you want to guess the
The
color
color
of
of
my
my
toenails.
toenails.
Okay, my next thing is my ear piercing. I really like it. Thought I'd just give an
Yeah.
update. And honestly, whenever you get a piercing, I feel like everybody always makes piercings and tattoos as these really just crazy things. Like if you get one, you are just making such a permanent decision and all of that. Or, you know what I mean? They are permanent decisions, but I kind of realized the insignificance of a piercing, and I'm like, I'm literally just decorating my ear.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, I'm ready for number 2. I'm ready for cartilage.
Yeah, it
Will that
looks
be
really
happening
good.
though? No.
I already kind of forgot that you didn't have your ears pierced.
Thank
But
you.
I'm excited for when you can like switch out to
Yes,
dangly
I think in like
earrings
a
and
week
stuff.
and a half, or like maybe a week at this point. So
Yeah.
yes,
Also, I
piercings.
stole these earrings from my mom and I really like them.
Don't tell her, even though she's
Well, like she was
listening.
giving them away actually.
Okay,
Speaking of, my next thing is
your mom. I'm just kidding.
is giving things away slash selling things. If you guys know, I've had a crazy past 5 or 6 months. I call it Anna's crazy extravaganza
He's
of
Anna's crazy past 5 or 6 months.
yeah, Anna's crazy past 5 or 6 months. And I spent a ton of money. I was almost gonna say I spent a ton of money that I didn't need to, but honestly, like I don't regret any of it. Like it was awesome. But I'm now back to being like, okay, I can't just spend money on whatever. And also I need to find a way to like make a little bit more money because I don't have time for a full-time job, but I don't have money right now. Like I am at the lowest in my bank account since probably middle school.
It's okay.
But yeah, it was worth it. So
Did you go to Europe in middle school? Exactly.
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 So I compiled a bunch of clothes that I wanted to give away, and because I feel like my style has gone through like an upheaval, so I'm kind of like switching styles again, switching styles, and
Rebranding.
yeah, rebranding. Also, in 2021, if you watched me in 2021, I had a huge like minimalist phase, and then I went through like an uh, what's the opposite of minimalist?
Maximalism.
Maximalist phase. And now I'm kind of going back down to minimalist phase, but in a maximal way. Like a lot of accessories, a lot of like layers I want, but things that I can like use over and over again. Like I don't want to just have pieces of clothes that I wear like once a year. So I went into my closet and I like got rid of a bunch of stuff, and I also just got rid of stuff that I was like, would I wear this more than once or twice a year? Because I just don't see the use in keeping something that I only wear once or twice a year, even if I like it. Because I obviously don't like it enough to wear more than once or twice a year. You know what I mean? So then I was like, I normally just give things away to Goodwill, but I was like, okay, I need to make money. So I brought it to Plato's Closet. And of the like 50 items I brought, I only sold 8. And I made $17, which
I'm
isn't a lot.
shocked. They literally hate clothes unless it's Forever 21
I
from
know, and my brother
2016.
sold 8 things and got $50 for it, so
Ugh,
that
I
was a
hate
little bit
women.
unfair. But so okay, so then I sold. My mom brought more of that to Uptown Cheapskate, and then they paid me like $25.
Okay, we're getting
Okay, so I'm
there.
like meagering to what's the word like?
Meagering? What is that?
I'm
Are you wanting something, or what is the
no,
synonym?
meager means like a small amount. Meagering means like a small amount. Meager means like a small amount of something, but I don't think meagering is a word. I meant like gathering. I'm kind of like
You're
hunting and
declining,
I'm
decreasing.
no, I'm collecting together a bunch of money. Like I'm
Oh, you're accumulating.
yeah, but not accumulating because it's not a lot amount, not a huge amount. I'm like I'm hunting and gathering. I'm scrimping together money. Scavenging.
Scrapping,
I'm scavenging.
scavenging,
I'm scavenging. Okay, anyways, I
money.
have $37 now from selling clothes.
All of this to say $37 do
And
exist
then,
in your wallet now.
yes, and then I
What's
sold.
in your wallet?
What's in your wallet? Oh, speaking of, Capital
Capital
One
One
literally.
Cafe. Capital One, we love you.
No, well,
Oh, and
no.
Capital One
Capital
shut
One
down your
shut down
card.
my credit card for some reasons beyond my control. I still love Capital One though. I still love you. Like, don't leave me. Anyways,
Jennifer
then
Aniston or Jennifer Gardner. Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Gardner, please.
yes, and Taylor Swift. Um, I then I sold some books. And okay, we love our used bookstore.
We do. Shout out Last Mrs.
Yes,
Parrish.
shout out bookstore. But I sold like, I think I sold like maybe 8 books and I made $17. 17 is the magic number. And, but the issue is that they say, do you want $17 in store credit or do you want $6 in cash? And I was like, well,
I'm
I
struggling over
yeah,
here.
what's
Ignore me.
going on?
Keep going.
So I was like, I guess I'll take the store credit, even though I don't really want or need more books. If you're on the video episode right now, guys, you're really watching us go through it. But yes, I now have $17 in store credit that maybe I'll use in like December when I come home and need more books. So yeah, I've been getting rid of things.
May, December.
May, December.
Okay, I'm holding this because I literally give up. If you've watched the video episode, you have watched me struggle and go through the five stages of grief. Insert our collab. Okay. My next thing
yes.
is getting ready at my desk. Normally I do it in my bathroom, but I've migrated to my desk now because I don't really do schoolwork at my desk in my room. I kind of just use it for other things. I don't know. So now I've been getting ready there. And so I've just been putting on a little playlist and sitting down and doing makeup. And I feel like I'm less stressed.
Yeah,
And
I
that is
love
all I have to
doing
say
that.
about that.
I do that most of the time. Like when I'm not at home, because at home I do it in my bathroom. But at school, I don't really have I share my bathroom with my roommate, so I just do it at my desk. My next thing is a short one. It's Anna's famous chai tea latte. This is something I've been making a lot recently because one of the only tea flavors we have at my house is chai tea. And it's basically fall, so why not embrace that? So how you make an Anna's chai tea latte. I think I go over this in our most recent collab video.
Oh, I'm excited. I haven't seen it.
Yes.
I haven't watched it.
But if not, this is how you make it. You make chai tea and you can add in some like agave, just like, pour water into a cup with a bag of chai tea. And then if you have like a little milk frother thing, you can froth some milk and I pour in some agave into the foam and cinnamon and then you froth it. If not, you could
Okay.
probably like heat up some milk and then like get a whisk and like, froth it that way. And then you just like, fill up the cup with like 2/3 of the water tea and then you put the foam in the last 1/3 and it's very delicious.
Love that. Okay, my next one. Honestly, this was tested after today. I don't know if I still stand by this, but glamorizing school. And this is I'm trying not to have all physical things because, life is not all about consumerism, guys. But I have been trying to glamorize school and telling myself, oh my gosh, I'm such a nerd. I love school. I love learning. Just try to literally motivate myself and to, be focused.
Honestly, you did good because you read that whole book
I
ahead
did.
of time.
No, literally. And that's also like getting ahead and stuff because we're starting this book just literally awful. And I actually love reading and can appreciate older literature, but this was genuinely the worst book I've ever read. Anyways, I read at the beach to get ahead. And then today the teachers were like, screw you, like here's all this work. But
at least you don't have to read that book anymore.
exactly.
And your class hasn't even started reading it. Like that I've never actually that's like really ahead. Like
Thanks.
you are a nerd.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, I've been trying. I've also been having the downtime thing set up on my phone where basically my social media apps are locked from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And that's really helped during class. I just put my phone in my bag and I don't go on it.
Wow. That's actually a great segue into my thing. Unless
Really?
you're
No,
still-
go ahead. Because
Okay.
that was all I had to say about that.
Well, my next thing is actually social media detox. I've done this most summers for the past like maybe 3 or 4 years where I try to delete social media for like a good amount of the summer and maybe just go on Instagram on my computer or something like that every once in a while just to like catch up because I do like to see what my friends are doing.
We both have been on and off for
Yeah.
this for so long, I feel like.
But this year, genuinely, okay, well, I've only been doing it for about 3 weeks now since I got home from LA. LA, I was on my phone way too much. Like, it was honestly really
But
bad.
it's LA. It's
But
literally
it's
Los
like,
Angeles.
it's literally LA, like I'm
Valley
supposed to be on my
Girl.
phone. But As soon as I got home, I deleted all of my social media apps because I was like, I want to make the most of being home. And somehow I like social media detoxed too close to the sun because now I like hate Instagram. Like I like thinking about re-downloading Instagram. I'm like, ugh, I don't even want to do that.
Because it's so insignificant. And then you realize what's the
Yeah,
big deal of
it's
all of
insignificant,
this.
and also recently, like I haven't usually been one to be like, ugh, I feel so like bad when I go on Instagram, but recently I have genuinely just like been falling down like the wrong types of content and being like, ugh, like I don't, I genuinely like it makes me like depressed. So now, I mean, I have to download it to post on Telepathy to be like new episode.
Oh, just social media manager
Yeah, or like
things.
post on my story every once in a while. But I don't think I'm gonna re-download it when I get back to school. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, which is like downloading it just to post, on telepathy or like promote certain things for school because like I do end up always in like social media manager roles everywhere. But I'm actually not the social media manager for AIGA anymore. So that's one thing I won't have to do. But yeah, it's like my screen time the past week has been like an hour, 2 hours max.
That's so nice. Mine was, I think, 2 hours and 50 minutes last week, which my screen time, it's usually up there just for various reasons. I feel like I'm always ending up filling my free time with my phone. And that's
Yeah.
something I'm trying to change, obviously. But this week, it wasn't just social media. And I've been doing good with the downtime thing because I think going cold turkey sometimes I get really motivated at the beginning and then I sort of start to fall off. But I've been allowing myself to go on it at night, which has been nice. But I don't really care about it as much anymore. It's kind of lost its appeal. But I think that this downtime, we'll see if it stands the test of time because right now I think it's working because I'm so busy and so overloaded that I don't
Yeah.
have time to be doing any of this. But the second I get time to do it, will I fall down that rabbit hole? But also, when am I going to get time to do it? Because with college applications and stuff, and the amount of shit I have to do after we record is insane.
Yeah. And
So
I
insane that Roman came out.
and I can definitely see my focus has really improved. Like I literally edited the video for our collab earlier for like 3 hours. My screen time today is only an hour and 44 minutes, which one of that was watching your video earlier. And then,
Wait, the school one?
yeah,
Did you
and then,
like it?
yeah, I forgot that I was in it. Like, I
Oh,
forgot that I was in like a whole portion of that
see, mine
video.
is 2 hours and 13 minutes, and I've been at school today, and you're literally having your day off, and I've been on
Yeah, I
longer.
also didn't get out of bed till like 12 today. But,
Wait, never mind. That's including my computer.
oh, that's good then.
Okay, an hour 53. Not that good.
But yeah, I genuinely have just like not had much reason to be on my phone recently, which has been great.
Yes.
Do you have one more, or was that it?
My last one was cookie dough coffee creamer from the Chobani brand, and that's all I have to say about it. It's really good.
Ooh, cookie dough.
All I have to say about it.
That does sound good. My last one is also kind of a short one, but I always end up like rambling forever. I found this app because I wanted an app that had like daily poetry, like a daily poem.
Okay.
And I was like,
Peter
I
Piper
just
picked a pepper.
yes,
No, Peter
no
Piper picked a priority.
priority.
What was that priority?
Family.
Friends, connection.
Theater camp reference, guys. Um, but yeah, I found this app called Posey, like Poesie, and it's basically like a poetry book club, but you have to get the paid version to like really like
Okay.
go and look at like a ton of things. But without the paid version, you can still get your daily poem, which is all I wanted in the first place. Like I don't want to just scroll on this app,
Do you know what it would be called if it wasn't poetry? Prosy.
Prose, yeah, that's
Wow, that's so like
good.
literature joke. That's the
That's
English teacher
so
joke.
funny. Your AP Lit teacher is gonna love you for that.
And then she's like, oh my gosh, it's so funny. Here's 25 questions to do for homework.
Yeah, but yeah, like they just give you a poem every day to read, and there's like a new author each week. So for the whole week, you'll read a poem from the same author.
It's me next week, not to
So
spoil it, but
yes,
my collab with Posey is coming next week.
yeah, but
One of these days,
yes,
I'm gonna get sued for claiming that I'm working with the brand as a joke. Because in every video, I'm like, "Thank you to Curology for sponsoring this video," and I've never touched Curology in my life, but I just say it as a joke. And one of these days, they're gonna sue me, but
yeah,
sue on, bitch.
yes. But yeah, that was all of our recent obsessions. Thank you so much for listening.
And if you stay to the end, we are obsessed with you. You are our obsession. We love you.
True.
Thank you so much.
Go follow us on Instagram at the Telepathy Pod.
We love you. Go follow us.
Yeah. Go if you love us, send us a DM and then we'll love you in return. It's conditional.
It's unconditional also, because if you've ever listened to us,
we love you.
If you dropped off of the first episode though, it's like seriously,
like
but like lots of love still.
Yeah.
But shout out to our telepathy listeners. We appreciate it so much that I turned Australian.
Yeah. Who's about to start their season of spring.
The SD card ran out. The amount of technical difficulties in this episode is insane, but it's almost over. Thank God. But I'm just kidding.
Next episode, I'll be back in Savannah. So this is the last of this type of video episode.
Savannah.
But maybe we will try to record video episodes via, distance.
We could also try to squeeze one more in. Don't know when, but we could try.
True. So yeah, thanks so much for listening / watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Next Tuesday.
Thank you so much. Tuesday.
We really appreciate you. And yeah, that's all we have for you today.
Cheers, I guess.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye.